Hello everyone, I am Abinaya, Assistant Professor at Dr. SNS College of Education, Coimbatore. In today's video, let us discuss about a very crucial topic, water resources and water scarcity. Water is something what we all depend on every single day for drinking, agriculture, industry and sanitation. But sadly, we are facing a growing problem of water scarcity. So in this session, we will explore all the sources of water, how we use it, why is it becoming scarce and how can we protect it. Let us begin. Water resources. Let us start from the basic. Water is one of the most important natural resources on the earth. All the living things, be it humans, animals, plants, they depend on water to survive. Around 71% of Earth's surface is covered with water, but only a small part, that is about 2.5%, is fresh water that we can use. Water resources refer to all the water available on the earth that can be used for various purposes. Types of water resources. First one is surface water. This is the water that is found on the surface of the earth. It is most visible and commonly used water resource. Rivers, lakes, ponds, everything comes under surface water. Groundwater, the water that is found beneath the earth's surface in the soil pore spaces and rock formations. So be it aquifers, wells, everything comes under groundwater. Glaciers and ice caps. So massive reserves of frozen fresh water are found in glaciers. So these are located in the polar regions and high mountains like the Himalayas. So when the glaciers melt, they feed rivers, and the climate change is causing the rapid glacier melting, and it is affecting the water availability. Rainwater. So rainwater is the water that we get directly from the precipitation, from the clouds. So these are free and renewable, and it can be collected using rainwater harvesting systems. Desalinated water. This is the water obtained by removing the salt content from the seawater, and it is used in the coastal areas and the water scarce countries. Water scarcity. So it means there is not enough water availability to meet the demands of people, agriculture and industries in a particular region. Simply, when there is not enough clean and safe water for drinking, farming and other needs, we call it as water scarcity. Now let us discuss the causes of water scarcity. When you take water scarcity, it doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of multiple human and environmental factors. So let us break them down and understand how each contributes. Population growth. As population increases, water demand rises for drinking, cooking, sanitation and industry. Simply, more people equal to more housing, more food, more clothes and all of which we need water. Unfortunately, water supply doesn't automatically increase with population. Pollution of water bodies. Factories discharge untreated chemicals into the rivers and lakes. Sewage is dumped into the water bodies in many areas without proper treatment. Agricultural runoff with the pesticides and fertilizers also pollutes the rivers. So this makes the water unsafe for human use even if it is available in larger amount. Deforestation. So forests help maintain the water cycle by storing the water and helping with the rainfall. So trees, they hold the soil together, absorb the rainwater and they release the moisture into the air. When the forests are cut, the land becomes dry, water runs off quickly and the groundwater doesn't recharge. So less the trees, less rainfall and more droughts. Climate change. So due to global warming, we are seeing irregular rainfall patterns and longer period of droughts and more extreme weather. So glaciers which are long-term water sources are melting rapidly. In some areas, it rains too much at once. It causes floods. And then in some areas, there is no rain at all for months together. So climate change makes water like an unreliable friend. Sometimes too much, sometimes none at all. Poor management, water management and wastage. So leaving the taps running while brushing, overusing water for cleaning, using washing machines with small loads, all these things comes under household wastage. We are wasting water in our day-to-day routine. And agricultural wastage includes overwatering the crops, using traditional flood irrigation instead of modern methods like drip irrigation and sprinklers. So these are also causes of water scarcity. When you take industries often do not recycle water and they discharge large volumes as waste. So altogether, these are the sources of water scarcity. Now let us discuss about the effects of water scarcity in detail. When you take the effects, first one is crop failure and droughts. So drought happens when there is little or no rainfall for a longer period of time. Soil becomes dry and cracked and the crops can't grow without enough water. So as a result, farmers they suffer because their fields produce less or no food at all. So this leads to food shortages and higher prices in the market. Another major effect is the health issues due to contaminated water. When clean water is scarce, people are forced to use unsafe water sources. So this leads to waterborne diseases like diarrhea, cholera, typhoid. Children and elderly people are at risk. So poor hygiene due to lack of water also increases illness. Economic losses, agriculture, factories, business, they need water to run. So without water, factories cannot run, jobs will be lost and food production will be dropped. So the country spends more money importing food and treating diseases. So there will be automatically economic loss. Reduced hydroelectric power generation. So dams they generate electricity using the force of flowing water. When the water level drops in rivers and reservoirs, electricity production also falls down, and this causes power cuts and affects the regular routine. Biodiversity loss. So rivers, lakes, wetlands are home to many fish, plants and animals. So when these water bodies shrink or dry up, fishes they'll die, birds they lose their nesting areas, wetland plants they disappear. So it affects the balance of nature and the food chain. So these are the effects of water scarcity. Control measures. So water scarcity is a serious but solvable issue. With the right methods and commitment from individuals, communities and governments, we can ensure that water remains available for future generations. So first one is rainwater harvesting. So what do you mean by rainwater harvesting? It is nothing but collecting and storing the rainwater from the rooftops, open spaces or specially designed structures. So this helps recharge the groundwater and reduces the dependency on municipal supply. So simple and cost effective method, especially useful in urban areas with water shortages. Drip and sprinkler irrigation. So traditional irrigation methods waste a lot of water. Drip irrigation delivers the water directly to the roots of the plants in drops. So it is highly efficient. When you take sprinkler systems, they spray the water evenly across the field, minimizing the runoff and evaporation. So these methods are best suited for regions with limited water supply, and we can improve the productivity of crop also. Recycling and reusing water. So treated wastewater can be reused for gardening, toilet flushing or even for industrial processes. And reduces the demand of fresh water sources and lessens the pollution. Afforestation and watershed management. So planting trees help increase rainfall, reduce the runoff and recharge the groundwater. Watershed management includes protecting the rivers, lakes and surrounding lands so they can store and filter water naturally. So it prevents the soil erosion, promotes the balanced water flow and maintains eco-hydrology. The last one is educating people about simple water saving habits can create a big impact, because campaigns through schools, social media, NGOs and local bodies help change behavior. So examples including like turning off taps, fixing the leaks, collecting the rainwater, using low flow taps, etc. Can be implemented in our day-to-day life. Change begins at home and every drop saved make a difference. So far we have discussed about the causes, effects and control measures. So these control measures are not just solutions, they are investments in the future. So as responsible citizens and educated people, we must follow all the control measures. Like we have to practice water conservation, we have to promote the awareness and keep in mind that water saved today is life saved tomorrow. Thank you.